Hello, air. It's me. I'm here. Oh, somebody's here with me. Yay, I'm so glad. Who's here? Say hi. Welcome to you. How you doing? I just had a piece of candy, so. As always, let me know if anything's funky with the sound. Sorry. And also, I am sorry for not doing a live last Wednesday. Hi, CM. Welcome. It's good to see you here. Thanks for checking in, telling me where you're watching from. Um, I hope everybody hasn't abandoned me because last week I missed my live because I didn't know what day it was, and I was in the worst of my crash and fatigue. But I have done some fucking Olympic level resting this week, and like literally staying in bed for a couple of days because my body was just like, I don't want to be vertical. And I was able to listen to it and rest and rest and rest. The other thing is that I have my adrenal formula back again. And I'm realizing going without it for a month, even though I went without it because I just couldn't afford to get it, um, is not something I can do. And it's got ashwagandha in it, and I'm learning about ashwagandha and how amazing it is. And I bought some um, when I couldn't afford to get the adrenal stuff. I just bought a bag of the powder from my Indian grocery store, and as I'm reading about it, I'm learning that the name means like smell of the horse or something like that. So I haven't tried to like ingest it straight up, but I'm reading about it, and it's lowers cortisol levels. It's supposed to help with depression and anxiety, which, the things that I really need. But the other thing in my adrenal formula is bovine adrenal. So actual cow adrenals, and that, help to replace and make up for what my adrenals can't do. So anyway, that's where I'm at, feeling so much better. I feel like I am coming out of the big dip, and miraculously fast. I'm so grateful for that, and yeah, just grateful for starting to feel better. What else is going on? What's going on with you, CM? Were your holidays okay? I mean, we survived it, right? We've got New Year's Eve, but who cares about New Year's Eve, right? We everybody ought to be kind of gun shy with as excited as everyone was for 2020 to come in. And truthfully, I have not been a big deal New Year's Eve person for a lot of years. Back in the 80s, when I was just getting back into the craft, I had formally been introduced to the craft when I was like 18 or 19, and always knew I was a witch anyway. And then I took that hard right turn into Catholicism. Oh, hi, baby Joe. Hello, hello, hello. Yes, I am taking care of me and feeling much better. Um, but I had just, gotten through the Catholic phase and was actually actively going through my Saturn return and realizing that, I need to get back into the craft and paganism. I want to learn some more. And then that week, a friend of mine came and said, hey, this little witch store just opened in Kent. And I went there, and so I was really, claiming the craft for myself and learning, and it was a big year. And New Year's Eve was coming up, and I was dating a guy in a band, and, they always played on New Year's Eve. And I just said, you know what? This is going to be too important of a year to spend in a bar with a bunch of drunks at the kickoff. So I decided I was staying home and doing ritual. And that's, I think, is like the last time I went out someplace for New Year's Eve. We just didn't do it. And the other thing is, it's amateur night. It's like St. Patrick's Day. It's a night when people who normally don't drink are out there drinking. and driving. And I choose not to put myself at their mercy on nights like that. So, anyway, happy to survive, happy to keep my own. Good for you, CM. I mean, I know that there are people that have like more than their toes hanging off the edge of the cliff right now while Congress wanks. Wanks, wanks, wanks. And now we're into this fucking chess match. I mean, it really is farcical and tragic at the same time that we've got people in such desperate need of relief in this fabulously wealthy country, and Congress can't get their shit together. And yeah, it's so frustrating for me. I will tell you that I've been working with the Lenormands. And thank you, Annette. I know she's not here right now. Hi, Rose. Welcome, darling. Good to see you. Um, Annette from Sun to Shine Astrology sent me a wonderful book, The Essential Lenormand by Raina George. And because of the last time I reviewed Titania's, and I'm like, I can't read these, but I just wasn't approaching it the right way. And she sent me this fabulous book. So I'm really working with them. And it's been fascinating. And last night I asked two different Lenormand decks, will we be getting the larger checks, larger than $600? Will we get the larger amount? And both times it said yes. Both times. The first card out of the deck was the letter card, which literally stands for checks. So that validated the reading. This is about the checks. It's about contracts, bills, everything in Congress, all that kind of stuff. So it really did validate the question. And then the book title was The Essential Lenormand. Here, I'll show you. Raina George. Fabulous book that just the introduction cleared up so much for me and validated some things that I had already started realizing. But so it validated the question with the letter card, and then the next one out for the first set was the bear, which means larger, a large amount, and literally, can stand for, according to Raina, a large amount of money or a windfall. So that was like the larger amount. And I think there was the tower also, which talks about something that grows, something that's larger. The second group, I can't remember what it was, but it was the same thing. There will be a larger amount. I think the bear showed up in that one as well, but in a different position. So, McConnell is quacking right now saying, yeah, that's not going to happen. I think it is. I think it is. I think he's going to be put in a position where he doesn't really have a choice about it. So, anyway, my prayers are going out to everybody. I actually started doing my puja again today. I had not done puja for the entire month because I just didn't have it in me. That energy was not in my body, flattened. Oh, and I want to show you something. You see this beautiful thing here? We didn't do presents at all this year because just nobody could afford it. And we weren't going to be together and all that. But my beautiful daughter got me, oh, CM, thank you. You only read Lenormand? Okay, that is wonderful to know. I am just starting off on my path with these cards, and the big realization for me was that you must have a specific question. Not like Tarot, where it's like, what do I need to know right now? The Lenormands are to the point, short, sweet, to the point, but you've got to have that very specific question so you know what meaning to pull out of them. The context is everything. So I'm working with them, and there's a couple decks that I really want to get. There's one, let me see if I can find this one because I want you guys to look at it. It's pretty crazy. It's on my wish list, and I'm thinking it might be, oh, come on, Amazon. It might be a Christmas present I buy myself, a late Christmas present. It is called La 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 La. It's called Lenormand Solitaire. Imaginative two-deck oracle card set, an unusual addition to the tarot. And so there's a regular Lenormand in it, and then there's the style like the Russian Roma deck, where you've got half pictures that have to match up. and it looks fascinating and it looks beautiful, and I want it, and I'm going to get it. So unless somebody sends it to me before I have a chance to buy it, because I'll go and order it from my wish list, and if it tells me, don't order this, somebody may have gotten it for you, then I'll know. Anyway, okay, so the earrings, my beautiful daughter. There's another reader. Her name is Carrie Kania. She has a channel as well, and I'm not going to take the time to link the channel, but I will give you her name. And she's in Sedona. She used to live in Kent. She's the one that performed our wedding. I did the ceremony, wrote the ceremony, but she performed it for us. She's an incredible yogini and belly dancer, a wonderful, amazing psychic. And her mother, Morgana told me that her mother, I guess Carrie's mother passed away a number of years ago from cancer, and she was an artist and a jewelry maker, and she left behind all of this inventory. And Carrie's, I believe it's sister-in-law, brother and sister-in-law, have made all of this stuff available. And these, I mean, look at the earrings. Aren't they? Let me get the glimmer here. This beautiful, beautiful blue, you know, my colors. I just, intense blue and green blue are just amazing to me. This is polished abalone, which I don't think I'd ever seen. And I just love them. So we didn't get presents, but my wonderful daughter is such an amazing gift giver, and she surprised me with those, and I'm so grateful for them. And I think Carrie's channel is just Carrie Kania. You know, just look her up on YouTube, you'll find her. She does a lot of great videos too. So let's see who else we got here. Oh, got a nice little group. You know, I keep thinking about the days when I'm going to go live and there's thousands of people. It ain't happening yet. But we'll get there, and I like it being small. So tonight, oh, let me light my charcoal. All right. Don't know what I do with my lighter. These are new charcoals. I can't remember the brand I was using, and they were hard to break. And I went for some that are actually cheaper. But the brand is Woodbine, and I know Woodbine is like a cigarette maker and, you know, tobacconist and all that kind of stuff. And I thought, that's a brand name, I'll buy them. They're great. They break really easily. So, yay. Okay, let's see. Caitlin Matthews, is that? Okay, wait a minute. I know that name. I'm sure I have at least some of her decks, or one of her somethings. Lenormand Oracle, Caitlin Matthews, Celtic Wisdom, King Arthur and the Goddess of the Land, oh my God. Okay. Okay, so she's into like all the frickin' Arthurian stuff. Oh boy. Ladies of the, oh boy. I'm in trouble. I'm in trouble. Arthurian Tarot. Okay, that's it. And John Matthews. All right, because John Matthews, I have some of his others too. I think the Wildwood is one of his. I can't remember. But all right. Groovy. That's good to know. And it's good to know I have some Lenny readers here, because I'm keen to learn. And here's another thing that I'm realizing about them. I found a channel and a woman that, you know, that's all she does, and I just was watching her process, and and I'm finding that I'm getting kind of the same information that she's getting, but just, you know, it's fascinating to watch someone who's masterful at work. And one of the things that I've been realizing, for me at any rate, is when I'm seeing readings like, you know, for the year or 3 months ahead, and there's this Lenormand reading of, you know, this is going to happen and this is going to happen, and I'm thinking, I'm not going to retain that information, because when you're putting it out that far in advance, it's kind of contextless. you know, well, there's going to be a time where there's a lot of communication with this person and blah, blah, blah. Well, if that person isn't already, if that's not already happening, by the time you get to that, am I going to be retaining that out of the blue information from that reading 3 months ago and go, ah, that's what it was talking about? So I think for me, I need to start. I mean, I've been doing it on a daily basis. Just what does the day hold for me, and seeing what it comes out. I think it's going to be more informative for me on the front end to kind of do it at the end of the day and say, what did the day hold for me, and kind of see how the cards are describing what I already know. Um, I certainly have had some big hits, but then again, I'm just learning. So I think as the smaller the time frame, the better, as far as I'm concerned, because as you get farther along in time, I am not going to remember that reading I did. And I'm not going to sit and write things down and journal them. And I mean, what are you going to do? Put it in your calendar? What date are you going to use? Again, so I'm identifying what the problems are, and that helps me sort of zero in on what the tool can do, and then I can really focus on using it to its best advantage that way. So anyway, all right, there's our 20 minutes of bullshittery. Let's get to business here. So tonight I was going back and forth. I don't know what decks I want to use tonight. Usually there's something really screaming at me, and tonight it's like, you know, I mean, I have de-stressed so much from the holidays that I just don't give much of a shit. So it's like, it's okay, whatever I pick is going to be fine. But then I asked the decks themselves, and the Tarot Mucha was still sitting here because I just reviewed that one like on Monday. And I thought, okay, let's ask this deck if it wants to be included tonight. And I just reached into the box and pulled out a card, and it was the Sun. And it's like, okay, that's a yes for me. The Sun would always be a yes, like with Lenny's, right? So there's going to be some spillover. And then I was thinking about the Russian Roma, and I thought, well, I'll ask if that one really wanted to be used. And I said, just give me the first picture and let me know if this is what I want to do or not. The first two cards that came out, I had to turn them, but they were this way. The dagger upside down, and it said, someone will inflict a pain on your heart. And I thought, that sounds like a no. So I put that away. I am going to be doing a 2020 read with the Russian Roma deck in the coming days. So look for that, just to see, you know, as for the collective, what does 2021 hold for us? But aside from that, I chose the Tarot Mucha, but I've only got the major arcana here. And I know, yeah, it doesn't mince words at all. And I've got the Oracle of the Shapeshifters, Lucy Cavendish, and Jasmine Beckett Griffith. So, because I haven't looked at one of her, you know, her decks in a while, and I thought I'm just going to take the major arcana out because I do want to look things up and read the writing that's in this deck, because it really is good. And I think what I'm going to do, and I thought, you know, we'll use the majors because I want this to be not just this week, but kind of this idea of looking forward to this year, and at the start of a new year, what are the bigger things that we want to focus on. And I also took out the aces, and I had them setting aside, and they just yelled at me that they want to be in here too. So there are the aces. So what I'm going to do is take an ace for each of the signs, and that's going to show you where your new beginning is coming this year. And then we're going to take a major to say what's the big life lesson that is really going to be at work, where, you know, that really going to be presenting itself this year. And then we're going to take something from the Shapeshifters just to add to that. Does that sound good, you guys? Or does that sound like it's just, you know, fraught with potential for failure? Sorry, grabbing the books, because I am looking up. All right. Here we go. Take a moment, put your feet flat on the floor if you can. Let your breath out. Let's open up the ocean water as well. I have my window open actually because I've got so many candles burning back there, and a candle here and my charcoal here, and it was getting quite warm. So I've got a cool breeze and warm flames. Let's reach out and invite and invoke our allies and ancestors, guides and guardians. Come please be here with us now. Lend me your information, Lloyd. I'm talking to you, my brother. Please whisper in my ear. Help me to give direct, clear, useful, insightful messages to my viewers so that they can get something that's really going to help them move forward in empowerment into this new year. And I offer you fresh water, and I offer you air and fire. Ooh. With the fire of Azrael, and I offer you earth and water with ocean water. All right. I got to dry them off. That was a little wetter than I wanted it to be. All right. Let's get it going. So let's start off with our cappies, our crappy cappies. Yes, that is what astrologers call you. I'm so very sorry. But let's face it, especially if you've got Capricorn rising, sometimes you just have that resting, I just bit into a shitty diaper face, you know. But where would we be without our cappies? You know, they structure things. They're the ones that teach us the lessons of limitation. So for our cappies, where is your new beginning coming in this year? One more. Okay, there we go. I knew it was going to be cups. So for you, Capricorn, the new beginning is in the realm of emotions, in the realm of being in touch with your feelings, giving them space, honoring them, understanding what they're telling you, and then processing them, all of that. And now for Capricorn, let's have a major. What does Capricorn need to know about their big life lessons kicking off in the new year? We have the Hermit upside down. Do I have... Wow. That one was just upside down, wasn't it? Did I flip that? All right. So it is. Okay. Oh, see, that's why I was looking at it. It's like 11 hermits, but it's not 11. It's 9. It's just upside down. And this deck does not give reverse meanings. And you see that the backs of the cards are directional. So you can tell if they're reversed or not. On an icy mountaintop, a hermit welcomes the solitude that illuminates. Withdrawn from the noise and rush of the world, she is in search of herself, without the distractions and opinions of others. The light within her lantern is six-pointed, symbolic of the union of the water of intuition and the fire of inspiration. The water of intuition. This alchemy combines what is felt with what is known and leads to true wisdom. Another meaning for the six-pointed light is universal wisdom, mysteries that reach far beyond earthly limitations and into the cosmos. The hermit is a teacher of these cosmic mysteries for those who are willing to make the effort. Only the most sincere seeker will trek to her lofty hermitage. The light from her lantern shines through the darkness of ignorance to guide those who are ready to look within. And the key ideas are universal wisdom, spiritual solitude, the illumined soul, and retreat into sanctuary. So we don't have, I mean, if we're looking at a reverse meaning for the hermit, it talks about the need for solitude. Or it talks about, rather than healthy, healing solitude, isolation, taking to an extreme. So Capricorn, it really is about getting in touch with yourself on a very much deeper level, feelings and all. And Capricorn isn't unfeeling. I mean, they're an earth sign, so they are in touch with their bodies. Um, but there is that element of kind of control and limitation um, and especially if you've got the moon involved, with Capricorn or your sun in any way or with Saturn in any way, you can have the limiting of emotions or depression. So Capricorn, time to take advantage of this time of enforced isolation, to go really, really deep inside and get to know that person more than you do now. All right. And they were talking about uh, the water of intuition and the fire of inspiration. So this is where the inner light shines and your intuition informs. And now it's time to take it to a new level, Capricorn. And let's see what, ooh, that one tried to levitate. That one was right there. Okay, that's what I want. Snake Princess, the serpentine path to power. So whenever you talk about power and snakes, you got to think Kundalini. So for you, Capricorn, I'm thinking that we need to look at some form of physical meditation. And I mean, meditation is always going to be physical anyway, because what you do with your mind has an impact on your body. But this is talking about really focusing in on moving the energy in your body and what that feels like. So when you do Kundalini type meditation, what you're talking about is the energy that rests at the root chakra, that base energy, which is the base from which we operate most of the time, particularly when we're in fear and crisis. We are operating straight from the root chakra, which is all about survival, fear and survival and being on alert. So what we do then is we get in touch with that energy and we're asking it to wake up and move it up through the chakras. So you imagine a snake coming up through the chakras, and it helps to elevate that energy from that root base survival place through those chakras into the realization of the divinity inside of you. All right. But doing something like yoga, where it is very physical, but Kundalini yoga, even just a guided meditation where you are raising the Kundalini energy from the root all the way up, is what I'm seeing here, Capricorn. Okay? All right. I was also thinking about maybe, see, here's the Lenny influence so far. I was thinking about taking the cards out that I've read so that we don't get them again, but I'll shuffle them back in. What the hell? All right. Good. And I'm glad you were here for it, Rose. I know that sometimes you were on a run there with missing Capricorn. And yes, Crappy Cappy is rude. So is Pissy Pisces. I mean, stereotypes are there for a reason, but that doesn't mean they're nice. So is Lazy Leo, Okay, you're very welcome, Rose. Now, let's move on to our Aquarians. Aquarius, where is your new beginning centered? We have the Ace of Swords. So Aquarius, for you, your new beginning is all about discrimination, decisions, and the beginning here comes from what you let go of. Time to trim the fat, Aquarius. Time to look at your life, your routine, how you do it. Say, is my routine, are the things that I'm doing routinely in line with the life that I want to live? Are they functioning? Check your habits, all that stuff. Even look at all the stuff you have in your house and think, how can I move this along? If it's too much to take care of, if it's becoming a burden to you. So Aquarius, time to lift up that sword this year and be brutal. Snickety snack. What can I get rid of in order to clear the way for my own growth and evolution in this coming year? Okay. And for the majors for Aquarius, now. And we have the world. Boy, howdy. So, the world is open to you, Aquarius. The potential is there. This is a card. Actually, the Fool is more about the potential, and the world is about the realization, the manifestation of that. So, this is saying, you have access to everything that you need. Oh, there we go. Pages were sticking. You have access to everything that you need. And the sword there, the Ace of Swords next to the world says, do you need all of this access, or maybe is it time to narrow the focus a little bit onto one thing? Certainly you have a lot of choice about where you want to put your attention right now, Aquarius. But the Ace of Swords is saying you've got to be really discriminating about what you want to focus in on, very honest with yourself about what's going to give you the best payback, what makes the most sense for where we are now. This is where we got to turn away from what's supposed to be happening and deal with what is happening and say, how can I adjust to the circumstances that I have now, and make sure that I'm taking full advantage of those. That's the World card, taking full advantage of what is available to you. The World card says, each of us comes into this incarnation naked and pure, the essence of our unsullied soul, ready for the next adventure in our evolutionary cycle. The oval wreath delineates a portal in time and space, the great cosmic egg from which the world itself was born. The angel, eagle, lion, and bull are the four fixed astrological signs. Aquarius, there you go, the element of air, goes through them. When all the elements are in perfect and harmonious agreement, a cycle is finished and the new cycle begins. You are at such a time now. What has been undertaken is complete. It may or may not have concluded in the way you wished, but it's done. Drop the final veil and step through into the new life that awaits you. So this is assessment time, Aquarius, and this is where you say what worked for me, what didn't, and you use that sword to get rid of the things that didn't work, and that leaves room for the things that did work to expand. Right. Did you like that, Baby Joe, Pissy Pisces? Giving away all the astrology secrets. I should see if I can come up with nicknames for everybody. That would be fun. Okay. The Black Cat. Lost magic, atonement, rebalance. All right, that certainly speaks to this about rebalancing and moving into that place of completion, getting rid of the things that didn't work so that you make room for the things that did. Let's go to the book here. All right. A feeling of great loneliness, angst, even self-pity and ennui, a flatness and emptiness, a boredom has been around you. Who hasn't it been around? You must take this time to really understand how this came to be, understand that it could not have come to be without some kind of contribution on your behalf. This is not to blame you or even to blame another, but to understand how the trouble has happened as best you can. Okay, so acknowledging the part that you played. Let me see here. All right, it's talking about letting go of the ickies that you have been through and that you have experienced. Experiencing jealousy and sticky, unhealthy energies. You need not feel you are empty. You have your magic. Forgive yourself, speak the truth, make amends, watch your own magical abilities grow and thrive. So, Aquarius, it's time to bring that lost magic back into things. Aquarians are very much in the intellect. And, that's where their creativity lies, is in the intellectual realm. And they can get a little frustrated with the woo-woo of magic, of how can that work? Explain it to me. It can be explained, Aquarius. So bring back the magic into your life and enjoy it. Play with it, because it can help you to rebalance things as well. So while you're getting rid of the things that didn't work, do it on a magical level, do it on an intense mental, spiritual level as well, getting rid of the thoughts and things that don't work for you anymore either. All right? Yes. All right. Now, into Pissy Pisces. All right. And we have the Ace of Swords up for you as well, Pisces. So we are also talking about all the stuff I just said to Aquarius. Time to start doing the dividing and the cutting away and the discriminating, the decision making. It's assessment time. All right. The major for you is the Lover's card. So what we need to do, Pisces, is assess how things have come and start to weed out the thoughts that are attracting the wrong kind of thing to you. The Lover's card is about the attraction principle. It's about, what you generate love around, what you generate that wonderful, loving, desirous energy around is what you attract to you. And the things that you're thinking, your worldview is attractive as well. It will attract the things that you're expecting to you. So the Lover's card here is saying, what energies are you putting out that are attracting the things that are, in your life to you? Which of those things do you not want in your life? And take a look at, how am I attracting this? And how can I stop attracting it? Again, we want to stop short of saying it's your fault that bad things are in your life, whatever's there that needs to be weeded out. But you can bring them into your consciousness and have a say-so in whether they stay or go. Let's put it that way. The lovers, two primal lovers stand together in the garden of bliss. A watchful angel protects their union, but cannot prevent them from making choices, both wise and foolish, that contribute to their soul's growth, both as individuals and as a pair. The tree of wisdom offers illumination and dispels illusion, and choosing to eat its fruit opens the garden gates and lets in the real world. This is the choice that marks the difference between mere infatuation and true love. The lovers seek to know each other and to be known. They long to open their heart's secrets to the other and to find the common beauty within. It is this longing for beauty that moves them into each other's arms. We are at our most beautiful when seen through the eyes of love. So, looking at yourself, Pisces, through the eyes of love, and saying, what do I love about myself? And when you focus on that rather than focusing on what am I lacking or what do I hate about myself that I want to change, everything shifts. When we focus on I love myself in these ways, those ways get bigger. And we get more attractive in those ways. When we look at ourselves in terms of what we hate, guess what grows? And we have a beautiful little worm for Pisces. It says, take care of yourself. So down at the bottom, the key ideas for the lovers was soulmates, choosing commitment, the temptations of love, the immortal beloved. Okay. So, beautiful little worm. It just says, take care of yourself. Yes, Pisces, take care of yourself in a loving way. Dump those habits that are not healthy and helpful for you. They might make you feel better on a momentary basis. They might be pleasing in the moment. They might gratify something in this present moment. But if they come with feelings of guilt or, why did I do that to myself? And now I feel awful, and take you into that self-hatred place, they got to go. They got to go. So that beautiful little worm just says, yes, you really need to take care of yourself. Let's see what else they say here. When you are going through deep change, so this is the voice of the beautiful little worm, you're often more vulnerable than at other times. The process of change can take a great deal of your available energy, and while you may feel well and know you can get through it, at times something, a psychic dagger thrown by someone who feels rejected by your change, a bug who nestles into the hole left by your weakened immune system, or simply old negative patterns, takes its last stand as it knows you're ready to move on and tries to stop you. So this is talking about getting rid of bad habits, Pisces, and those people that are connected to you through those bad habits, those people that are connected to the unhealthy you, are invested in you staying unhealthy. So as you start to take care of yourself and cut away some of the old habits and start to attract new health to you and new healthy habits, there might be some that kick up a fuss, and that part of that some might be your own psyche kicking up a fuss of why this is a really bad idea. At these times, it's very important to treat yourself as the most precious, gentle extension of divinity. Yes, yes, yes. It is time now to rest, to give yourself permission to sleep more, to eat only the best foods, and to make things easy for yourself just for a few days. Choose a beautiful place to rest and recuperate, cocoon, and comfort yourself for a time. I will show you how. See how closely my friend holds me. Look at this little worm. Looky, looky. Look how sweet. She's holding that sweet little worm. And see how beautiful the rose offers me her petals for my dinner and for my rest. She's not holding back. The universe will assist you too at this time, and you will be made whole and healed. All right. I think that's pretty clear, and I'm liking this format. It's talking to me very clearly, Baby Joe. Yay, I'm glad. All right. Okay, that was Pisces, right? Aries. See how fast I forget? I distract myself so easily. Oh, squirrel. And then, wait, where's my pipe? He's sleeping. I got it. He been a crazy boy. So I did my puja for the first time this morning, this month. And at the end of it, I stand and I'm doing mudras. I'm doing healing mudras and stuff. And he came up because he hadn't heard the music in quite some time. And he came up right away and got up on the bed and just kind of got really still because he was a crazy boy this morning. And then he got real still and I thought, he's catching the vibe of the puja. So for one part of it, he came and got into my lap and was laying there. It was really sweet. Then he left my lap and I got up and I'm doing my things. And at the very end, I, do this thing, blessed by the one who blazes with glory, and I bring the energy down through and let it go. And at that moment, he decided to jump on my back like I was a fucking wildebeest. I mean, like, I've got a big scratch on my low back where his back claws hit me. And it's like, so who blazes with glory? What the fuck, pie? That's how my puja ended this morning. All right. Aries. He's getting very big. And damn, Aries, here we go for you too. I think this is going to get easier as I go along because I'm going to need to say it over and over again. Although I'm sure there will be, little parts that are different with each. The major for you, Aries, is the Death card. Ooh, boy. All right. So Aries, something really needs to come to an end for good and forever this year. The Ace of Swords here for you, and for everybody else that it's coming up, it's saying the new start is in the realm of the intellectual. So Aries, for you, it's time to let go of some really outmoded ideas and thoughts forever. That's the Death card. It means no going back. I know, bye-bye. But he's such a good boy. He's so sweet. And I mean, he really is a sweetheart. As sweet as any cat can be and as crazy as any cat can be. Which is fun. All right. The Death card. A long vigil ends at sunrise, and the knight who has undergone the ordeal lies naked and seemingly dead. His sword has been held in the possession of a priest, for no worldly weapon can be of use when the enemy is death itself. All right, I need to look at this picture here. Yeah. All right. Ooh, I love this deck. Setting aside the trappings of his mortal life, the knight offered himself on the altar of the ultimate sacrifice to die to his old self and be reborn, purified, worthy of sacred service. Will death claim the night for his own or set his feet back on the path of mortality? To truly be transformed, it must not matter. Acceptance of endings is demanded, whether of life itself or merely one role in that lifetime. Something that is finished must be released. The new day is dawning. So, Aries, there's an ending here that you've been fighting. And the greater part of valor is to say, let it fall and let it come to an end for good and forever. What is it time to absolutely be done with so that you can reset your life into service, so you can arise as your deeper self? So what's dying here? You know, it's not just a habit or something coming to an end. It's a part of, it's the false self. It's the self that was created through trauma, through bad training, bad advice, and it's time to let it go. And I have a feeling we're going to run kind of long tonight. You know, I've been doing just an hour, but I'm not feeling, crashy anymore. So I think we're certainly going to do an hour and a half. We'll see. Oh, I started at 7:30. I keep thinking I started at 7. Never mind. Never mind. But we still may be going an hour and a half. I don't know. All right. Let's see who's... Oh, I see you wanting to come out. Quetzalcoatl and the Priestess of Time. The time has come. The time to act is now. Aries, you are so good at acting now. That's what you do. In the right now. Aries is a cardinal sign. They are oriented to the now. So Aries, time to act now. Pick up that sword. Say, I have fucking had it with this that has caused problems in my life for so long here. It's time for that self to die so the real me can be reborn. And this can also apply to like work and things that you are expected to be there, or maybe getting pushed into some kind of career or job that really isn't for you. It's not the true you. So time to assess, Aries, whatever in your life is just not the real you. It's time for that thing to go so that the real you can be born again. And Priestess of Time says, ain't no time but now. Literally, isn't any time but now. That's all we have, period. Okay? Let's go to Quetzalcoatl and see what she says. Wrong book. Pardon. You know, I love to have my lovely cups, like my tarot cup. Isn't that awesome? But Pyewacket likes to go crashing into things, so thank God I have a bottle that closes. I don't know if you watched, I think it was my video on the Mucha deck about Pyewacket being afraid of farts. Only when they're under the covers. Only at night. He's terribly afraid. He thinks there's like a bad badger under there or something. And my husband farted the other night. I had just opened my bottle of Tylenol, and he farted, and I went to touch Pie and say, it's okay, it's only a fart, because he jumped, and he took off and wiped out my entire nightstand. So, he does these things. All right, this is 23. And we're going to go with the Priestess of Time speaks rather than divination. It is the right time in this moment now. There has been so much poring over of star maps, hunting for the correct auspicious moment, contemplating the right time, staring into the heavens and asking for sacred dates. But what we wish to say to you now is that you must act. The right time will unfold as it is meant to. For too long you have used this idea of right time as a tactic to delay and procrastinate because you're afraid of what change will bring. The change will alter everything. Your ideas will fall away one by one and shift, change, and rearrange. Everything will transform, and nothing is certain because we are in the time of prophecy. Stop waiting for the right time because it is now that this action must take place. So Aries, what you've been ruminating on, first of all, it's what do you need to just cut off and get rid of? Time to act. And once you take a step to act, she's saying that then the right timing will unfold. as it needs to. All right. But it's up to you to start the process. It could be that the process needs to get started mentally because that's what swords are. Um, but again, the mindset has got to be this is the end. I'm done for good. All right, Aries. Now we're on to Taurus. Yeah, I know. It was just like, and when the lights are off, because I reach for my Tylenol in the dark and everything, and you hear this crash. And I'm like, oh, fuck. And then I think, did I close my water bottle? Thank God I closed my water bottle because we would have been very, very wet. But poor baby, he really thinks there's something growling. All right. Taurus, what do you know? Ace of Pentacles. So the new beginning this year for you, Taurus, is in the realm of the financial, the material, the physical. Things you can put your hand to. Taurus, get your hands on it. And usually, Taurus doesn't have a problem with that. That's where they live, is in the sensual world. So what needs to get kicked off in a real, material, tangible way, like on the calendar, or the rearrangement actually has happened, or the purchase of the thing has happened, something that is in a real physical way. And we have the Fool card. So this is the all potential for you, Taurus. Anything is possible for you. And it's time to get the plan in motion. For you, the Ace of Pentacles can really talk about making the plan, but making the plan in concrete terms. Like, draw the map, make the list, write out the instructions, write the contract. The Pentacles and the realm of Earth means it's got to come through your body in some way. You've got to be, it's not just in the realm of the mind. All right, it's in the body. This is where you have to go. Wrong book. And then the Fool card is saying the sky's the limit here. So that's why I'm thinking it's time to make the plan, because this is saying it's just all in the realm of potential now. And the Ace of Pentacles says it's time to shape it into something that is a recognizable form, not just, well, I could, and this is possible. Time to shape it, make the plan. Each of us embarks upon the journey of life with a light heart and an innocent spirit. Every adventure we encounter along the path has the potential for joy. The Fool is the soul who travels the human lifetime seeking knowledge, understanding, and beauty. And that is Taurus, too. The carnation she holds symbolizes the incarnation of her spirit in mortal flesh. She has no expectations, only the willingness to live fully in the flow of life's experiences. Her worldly possessions are simple and few, carried in the small pilgrim's bag upon her shoulder. Her companion dog guides her away from the cliff's edge, for he is part of the consciousness that instinctively protects us from harm. Away from the cliff's edge. Usually it's the dog biting at the heel and it's like, ready to make you go over. Wow. Heeding your instincts' guidance and the call of your spirit toward its purpose, you are always exactly where you are meant to be. But Taurus, again, time to stop daydreaming about it. Time to stop thinking about what's possible. Decide what's desirable, what's wanted, and make it into a concrete plan. Okay. Boy, I'm glad I picked these cards. And when I asked this deck if it wanted to be used, the one I got was called Two Kittens. Two kittens, pick one. It's like, how can I resist that? All right. Snow White and her animal friends, you inspire trust and confidence. So the animal friends there in the physical, looking at what is there to help you as far as those energies, those animal energies, the familiar energies. So now we're moving kind of into the magical realm and looking at, what are your totem energies? What are your familiar energies? And calling those forth to help you make this plan. All right. You are loved and trusted. Even the small ones of the forest gather with you after times of great unrest, when they feel they cannot find another trustworthy human to be with. You have the energy of the gentle ones, and thus the small ones, the vulnerable ones like us, come to you, not to take, but to show you how trusted you are. It is not a burden, it is a great honor. Rarely do we show ourselves, but to you we come and lay our heads in your lap. There is such an air about you. You are a safe, good person. And the divination says it's time for you to step up and protect others who are smaller and more fragile than you. This may be a reversal in roles for you, but the deer and the hare and the quiet, soft ones have chosen you because they trust that you can do this job. You may feel an unlikely hero, may experience a completely unforeseen victory, but you can do it. All right, so the message I'm getting here is that it's a call to service for you, Taurus. So it's not just about what's going to make me feel good and provide me with the things that Taurus loves, which is everything that, gratifies my senses, everything that looks good, tastes good, smells good, feels good, sounds good. It's how do I use this grounded, stable Taurian energy and that Empress energy of Taurus being willing to, share of material resources. How can I help those that are under me, whether it's animals, wildlife rescue, that kind of thing, or smaller than you as far as people that don't have the opportunities you have? So making a plan, using your resources, because we have this coin here, and then starting to devise a plan, a fresh start, where you can be of service to those lesser than you in privilege, okay, or in ability, things like that. All right, Taurus. This one sounds like it's the start of really a new enterprise, Taurus. All right. Gemini. And after I get through Gemini, I'm going to go get Pie. I'm going to make him come over here because he's feeping. He's feeping, but he need to say hi. All right. And we have the Ace of Pentacles up again for Gemini. So a practical start, Gemini. Time to get out of your head and out of the talking about it realm into the doing it realm. Oop. 2 came flying. We got the Moon and we got the Hermit. So we've had the Hermit before. We don't need to read that one. That's good. But let's look at the High Priestess. Shall we? All right. You know what, you guys? I just have to pause for a minute and say that I am really, really, really enjoying myself tonight because I feel like me. I feel like me for the first time since the end of November. And I just want to take a moment here to express gratitude that with the size of the crash I was in, that I am just at the end of this month pulling out of it. So, thank you. All right. And thank you, my understanding viewers, for giving me the leeway to kind of crash for a little while. You've arrived at the Temple of the High Priestess, she who reveals secret knowledge to initiates who have earned that right. She's crowned by the waning moon, its silvery horns evoking the crown of Isis, great goddess of light and life. Ancient feminine mysteries are contained within the priestess's book of wisdom. The still waters behind her symbolize things that are hidden in the depths. The true initiate seeks far beneath mere surface comprehension. Her temple pillars are engraved with B and J for Boaz and Yakin? Jachin? I don't know how to pronounce that. I know it's Hebrew. The qualities of duality, dark and light, endings and beginnings, diffusion and creation. Wisdom lies between these extremes. You meet the priestess in the perfect moment between your past and your future. She is the eternal now. She will part the veils of illusion when you are ready to see. So Gemini, time to come out of any dreamlike illusions about what's going on, whatever story you're telling yourself, time to get below that surface chatter. because Gemini is very good at keeping things on the surface. Both the High Priestess and the Hermit are saying it's time to dive. Remember, they were talking about the water of intuition and the fire of inspiration here. Gemini, it's time to come out swinging as your deeper self. Time to show that. And I'm also hearing that Gemini, sometimes that surface chatter can cover feelings of inadequacy. Feelings of inadequacy. And that's scary. Those are scary feelings. This is talking about there's much more to you than what's visible on the surface, Gemini. And it's time to really start to let that show. So your ideas, your deeper ideas, your ideas based in intuition rather than just, facts, it's time to put those to practical use. So Geminis that watch my channel, gosh, I bet a whole bunch of you are readers or learning how to read. This talks about taking it to the next level, maybe making it into a business, maybe making some money from it. Okay? Valuing those skills that you have, valuing those deeper parts of your mind. Whoa. We got Black Cat flying out here too. Lost magic, atonement, rebalance. And this one wanted to come to the fairy ring, new skills, advanced training, rapid improvements. All right. So the Black Cat was talking about having to mend something and bring something back into balance. And Gemini, the sense that I'm getting is the mending needs to happen with yourself. Let's look at the fairy ring. And I have to say that I am getting little flashes of headache. So hold on a second. So what I'm going to do with that is just kind of slow down a little bit here. This tells me I'm being a little too intense with my energy. Tell a Scorpio rising with Pluto sitting on the midheaven not to be so intense. Okay. Learning new skills. All right. Let's see. Where the fairies, our role is to create the growing world. Everything is changing. All right. Blah, blah, blah. I'm trying to come to the place here that's got like the best information, most succinct, and there's the fairy ring speaks, and then there's divination. So let's go to divination. Learning new skills, advancing in your talents, sharpening your reactions and senses, following discipline and structure is important now. Gemini, taking these kind of nebulous things, intuition, psychic ability, and training them, sharpening them, using discipline and structure so that you can really hone those skills and take them into a practical form. All right? You know what you know, Gemini. You're not just knowledgeable, you're also wise. Gemini's like the knowledge. Here's what I know. Here are the facts I know, and they will let you know what they are, and they will spread them around, and they will connect people up. And you need to know that the deeper wisdom in that Gemini mind is also valuable. Time to train it up. Time to stop discounting it. Here's the rebalance that needs to happen. Time to stop telling yourself that you're no good at it. And then time to hone those skills. Take them to the next level. Take them into a practical format. Yay. Yay, yay, yay. I feel like a reader tonight. That one flew out, so I think that's going to be the one for Cancer. How did everybody do with the full moon last night? It's weird. I heard people like, I'm freaking out. This moon has been awful. I'm really feeling it. And I guess it was just because once Christmas was over, I just kind of went, oh. And then those days were just resting. I was sleeping like a fucking rock the whole time. Usually, full moons and new moons, I really feel them. I did get to see this one for about, 20 minutes before the clouds came in again. It is so gray here. All right. Cancer. Oh, first wands up. We've had everybody but wands up so far. The Ace of Wands. Cancer, your new beginning in this year is in the creative, in your life's purpose, starting to show your creative ability and the things that you have to express to the world. And the wand here, looking at the wand, you know, the wand can be a pen, it can be a paintbrush, it can be a sewing needle. It can be a lot of things that it's like a tool that you use in order to express. Ooh. Can you hear the wind? I'm going to leave the window open a little bit. It's like, ooh, it's getting windy. All right. And then we have the Lover's card. So we're talking about the attraction principle again here, that it's time to really hook into those loving, desirous energies and what you want to attract to you and start really generating those ideas in a very dynamic way. The Ace of Wands is telling me it's time to really get excited about something, Cancer. Let yourself feel the emotion. So, you know, when you do magic and you do spells and you want to manifest a particular thing, you frame and you shape the details and the outcome that you want to see. You visualize that. But what really makes the magic work is the emotional investment. And Cancer, you sure are good at feeling your feelings. So this is saying to use those feelings and purposefully generate them, because Cancers tend to get just carried by the tide emotionally, right? This is saying use that emotional energy, generate it purposely, the joy that you want to feel around the thing that you want to manifest, and put it out there like that so that you can attract it to you. That's what the Lover's card is saying. Ugh, I'm pulling my own hair. And Rose, I see, yeah, the days leading up to the full moon. And that's what people usually do. It's like the days leading up are, and then the pressure valve gets let off once the aspect is made. And I guess I was feeling that way, but it was such a relief having Christmas over that, and you know, we had a great big snowstorm, so we had this wonderful white Christmas, and it was kind of sad because people couldn't be here and everything, and this one wants to come out. Mermaid in a koi pond. How more Cancerian could you get? Fish, water, water, fish. Rediscover your individuality, become the dragon, is what it says. So the Ace of Wands says, what is your particular creative expression, Cancer? What do you have to bring to the world? What light do you have to shine to the world? And I want to take a minute here to say, if you don't know, get your frickin' chart done. You know, you guys, go to the Zen Witch Facebook page and send me a message. Get your flippin' chart done. I can tell you what you're here to do. Your chart can tell you what you're here to do. All right? It's all there in your little chapter of the Akashic Records. So it doesn't have to be a frickin' mystery. All right. Mermaid in a koi pond. You have taken on the markings of others, their hues and tones, their voices and mannerisms without even knowing it. And yes, Cancer can do this. The water signs are very prone to absorbing what's happening in the atmosphere, you know, the way people are feeling and doing things. All right. You have been like water. God, this is perfect for you. But instead of gathering into your own great force or finding a way through the tiniest crack to be yourself, you have stayed in a shallower pool than you were meant for. You feel sluggish, tired, and very much like you are no one special. I'm here to tell you that you are special and you have grown too large for this safe haven. It is time to swim free, to somehow make it through a challenging time in front of you in order to reach a place where you can grow and flourish and to become even more than you have dreamed of being. You've listened to advice that assures you that staying here will keep you safe, and you've been safe, but now it's time to move on. It will be worth the initial discomfort, for a great and unknown truth about your potential will be revealed. So become the dragon here. It's time to rise up out of your safe place and pick up that wand, whatever your tool of expression is. And that can be your voice, your mouth, whatever the tool of expression is, it's time to pick it up and use it and start it. And by doing that and investing the thing that you do, your creativity, with your love, you will attract more to you and attract the people to you that are interested in what you're doing. But it's definitely time to step out of that little pond and rise up into your creativity, Cancer. Okay, now I am going to close the window because my feet are cold. There we go. All right. Leo. Yes, and getting your natal chart done is just the first step, because once that's done, you can contact me and say, I have a specific question. We get together, we can spend 15 minutes, and I can look in that chart and find the answer to the question that you need. Here comes the Ace of Cups again for Leo. So my fellow Leos, my sister Leos, our new beginning is in the emotional realm. And we have the card with the lion on it, the Strength card. So, Leo, it's time to, it's like nurturing your feeling self, nurturing your feelings, taking care of them. Look at this Ace of Cups and look at her and the lion. So this is applying self-love, and in a way that is calming, nurturing, that makes you feel good about yourself, that makes you feel good in your skin, that makes you able to move forward and do what you're here to do. That's what the resting has been for me, is that self-care that I needed. And, if I hadn't consciously taken that time, it would have been much more severe. And it would have been, the crash would have been a lot longer. So, we need to read that Strength card. I keep pulling my hair. All right, let's read the Strength card first. Okay. A magnificent golden lion rests peacefully beside a tender maiden. They are under the open sky with no need for shelter or protection, either from the outside world or from each other. Though the lion could savage the maiden with one stroke of his mighty paws, she is not afraid. The goodness of his heart is more powerful than his instinct to destroy his prey. His natural impulse to kill has been subdued by the gentle trust of the maiden. She, too, has controlled her instinctive fear of the beast, allowing her to see his profound beauty. This is true courage, not the lack of fear, but the strength to move beyond it and embrace the unknown. And the big word there is trust, right? Kind of like, you go into a fraught situation, or, if there is an animal following this lion thing that you're trying to approach, and you're like approaching in fear and everything, that animal is going to read it, and suddenly, things are going off. But it's like touching pie when he was all freaked out. If I had just stayed nice and calm, he would have done it too. But I touched him and he flipped out. But this is talking about meeting things with that open and trusting heart and calm, calm, calm energy. So, Leo, it is not time to build up this massive head of emotional steam. It's time to let your emotions be calm waters and approach things with trust. And I've actually been feeling this happening. I feel myself reaching a place in my healing where when things happen and there's, a conflict to be resolved, it's not hitting my feelings. It's not generating old feelings. I'm not getting triggered. I am able to approach and stay calm. So I'm really feeling that, and it's a good message. And really, being a leader, You know, you've got to have that ability. If you come at things hysterically, I mean, we've had a leader that's not emotionally stable, and we've seen what that's like. And look what we get here. A loyal guardian, a magical protector is there for you. So you too, Leo, talk about your familiar and your maybe your spirit animal, your totem, your animal energies that you vibe to, and thinking about calling upon them as a protector. Um, One of the things that's really horrible going on lately is that, you know, we live at the bottom of this hill, kind of atop of a ravine, and it goes down. It's old growth woods, and up at the top, our friends live, and then beyond them and beyond their property, it's all woods, and it's old growth forest. Well, the person that owns that land, that lives in Texas, has hired the Amish to come in and start clear cutting for timber. So she has been watching the trees that she knows they're not on her property, but they are in her vision, you know, they're part of her world, and watching them being cut. And every day it's just, we hear the chainsaws, we can hear them cracking and falling. And yesterday we saw hi Samantha, hi darling, welcome my love. We saw two does come booking through. You know, we'll watch deer come through every once in a while, and they're very slow, but I mean, these were tails up, booking it through. It was a big doe and probably her yearling, and they were running, running, running because their trees and their habitat are being destroyed, and it's so sad. And for years, I thought about planting some witch bottles up there so it couldn't happen, and I never did it. And, you know, part of me is it's not my land, and I don't have a claim to it. And so, you know, it's just very, very difficult. All right, loyal guardian, magical protector. You will have with you energetically at this time a very protective guardian. There may be some new people or situations in your life that make you feel threatened, uncertain, and uncomfortable. This wariness has been noted, and so here, talking about those situations, the Strength card is saying don't meet that as a threat. Even if it feels threatening, it's not time to rise up and confront it like that, Leo. It's time to stay calm. Trust yourself. If you don't trust the other, trust yourself. And that can keep you in that calm place. This wariness has been noted, and this shapeshifter in the form of a large, devoted, and very powerful companion will be at your side, sniffing out danger, sounding an alarm at any threat, even readying to fight for you, should it come to that. If there's been bullying or behavior that has intimidated you, you have someone on your side who will not let you down and will not let you face this alone. And that can be visualized as the lion, too, for you, Leo. But this lion who is so sure of its own power that it doesn't need to be threatening itself. I don't need to show my claws. I know I have them. So that's what it's talking about here, Leo, is finding that calm place emotionally, knowing that you're protected, calling in that protection consciously, but staying calm in your power. Okay? Yeah! Smash that like button. That's what everybody says, isn't it? So, yeah, and I'll pause for a moment to do a commercial. Let me go get pie. My baby. I love you so much. He is the sweetest boy. I know you can just see black. That's all you can see. But he's my sweet boy. Yes, you are. Look, he's so sleepy. Oh, honey. You want to get on the back of the chair? Okay, come on. Let's put you on the back of the chair. Okay, get up there. You lay down. All right. All right, Pie Pie. You the way down. Such a sweet boy. Oh. See, now you can't see him. There we go. There he is. Oh. Okay. Okay, little boo. Little boo boo. Oh, here he come. Hi. All right, let me give you a treat. Want a greenie? Come on. Come on. All right, so while I'm doing this, the commercial, please hit the like button so more people will see this video. Please subscribe to my channel. Share my videos. please check out my Patreon. If you subscribe at the priestess level, which is $9 a month, you are going to start getting installments monthly of basically a course in how to be your own astrologer, how to read a chart, all right? My mind is blown on a daily basis. I'm on a lot of, okay, let me get you more. A lot of astrology pages, and I'm seeing people, everybody's getting their chart. Everybody, come on. Everybody is getting a copy of their chart and going on these pages and just posting their chart and saying, somebody help me, somebody read this chart, basically. And then I had somebody witch-splain something to me a couple of times. One of them was about a chart. Oh my goodness, you're eating those so much. As a piggy, you're being a piggy. I love you. He's so sweet. So anyway, this was on an astrology page. Oh, I just found another one. I found another one for you. Here. And somebody had put up their chart, and oh no. Somebody shared one of those, listicles of each of the, graphics of here's all the signs, and it was like in clothes and perfume and all that stuff, and they were all just radically wrong. One of them was about Capricorn, and it said something about artsy and creative, and it's like, no. And I said, these are wildly wrong, and nobody ever accused Capricorn of being artsy and creative. That, that comes from Neptune and Pisces and Venus. And this person got on and said, well, I'm a Capricorn, and I have the Sun, Neptune, and Mercury in Capricorn. So if Capricorns aren't arty, how did I get to be a writer? If we're not creative, how did I get to be a writer? And I said, well, Neptune rules the arts, Mercury rules writing. You put those two together, you get creative writing, and in Capricorn, it gives you the ambition and the structure to make something out of it. And I said, everybody's got all the signs and planets in their chart, so these are the things that you look to find art and creativity. And this person came back and said, I don't know hardly anybody that has all the signs in their chart. And I said, oh dear. I'm a professional astrologer. It sounds like you need a basic course. Yes, every chart has all the signs and all the planets. Like, what do you think a chart is? It's a picture of the heavens. The planets don't disappear for certain people. So I am seeing that people are really interested in astrology, and everybody's getting their charts, but nobody knows what they're looking at. Please come and subscribe. And I'm going to start, I am planning a whole new series called Astro Snacks, where I'm going to be giving you little nuggets. But if you want like the full boat training, go to my Patreon. Right. And I am not averse to you just shooting me a donation too. That works. Or booking a reading, that works too. I like to work for my money. Please book a reading. Go to the Zen Witch on Facebook and shoot me a DM. I check my inbox. I will get back to you. We will have a reading. When you have a reading, it is videoed. You will get a video of it to keep for good and forever, and that is especially important with your chart. If you're getting a card reading, that's kind of time dependent. But a delineation of your natal chart is something that you definitely want to keep and refer to. Okay. Commercial over. We return you to our regularly scheduled content. And I see it is 9 o'clock. I've been at it for an hour and a half, and I'm only on Virgo. Okay, not that many to go. All right, Virgo. Ace of Pentacles, your new beginning is also in the physical. Yes, and with an X like that, too. And wait till you see my intro. It's adorable. I've been sitting on it for months just because I haven't had the, mental energy to zero in on this series, but I'm getting there. And I think what I'm going to do is go with charts of famous people and just use each one to illustrate a particular astrological point. For instance, did you know Hitler has zero water in his chart? Water rules the emotions. Golly, what do you suppose that means? Okay. Virgo, justice. All right, Virgo, it is time for you to bring something seriously into balance in the material realm. I'm getting diet. I'm getting your routine as far as you take care of your body. Virgo is the natural ruler of the sixth house, which rules physical health. All right, and the regimens around physical health and your habits around physical health. And your physical health is what allows you to work. And Virgos are all about work and service and the work ethic. But you can't serve and do that unless you are physically healthy. So it's time to get this started, Virgo, and bring something back into balance. Let's look up the Justice card. Measuring all human deeds upon her golden scales, justice restores balance by eliminating what is not needed. Acts of injustice meet with their rightful consequences, and her sword of truth dispels illusion. Do not think that you can avoid her gaze. She sees through any veil of self-deception in which you have swathed yourself. There is no need to fear her influence if your conscience is clear. What you have set into motion will come to its conclusion following the laws of the universe. If circumstances are not as you would have them be, learn the lesson now and be on the right side of justice next time. The sword is yours to wield as well when your heart is pure and your motives are true. This talks about karma, the consequences of your deeds. So I want you to look at your physical habits and your regimens and that kind of stuff, and what has been kind of coming back to bite you. What is causing consequences that aren't desirable? What's causing you to feel shitty? And it's time to get that together, okay? Time to get that in balance and get it worked out. So putting things back into balance. This could also be in terms of work, Virgo, if you are over serving, and this can also be in the realm of your home and family. If you are over serving, then it's time to bring things back into balance and have some expectations about the people that are around you, whether it's work, home, whoever has something to do with the way things flow in those arenas in work or home. Time for them to pick up their part and carry it, and it might be up to you to say, here's what I need. Here's what you need to do. Here's what I'm giving you. Here, I'm going to give you this job. All right, I'd like you to do this. Sometimes you can just tell people what you need to do, what they need to do, and ask them day after day after day until it becomes habit, and they take it on themselves. Okay, let's see here. You have excite. I am glad you have excite, Rose. Your what's pretty dry. What? Uh-oh. What did I say? Rose, what did I say? Your what is dry? Oh, do I want to know? Okay. See, things come out my mouth and I don't know what they are. I don't hear myself. Okay. La Vierge, we have the black cat again. Third time to come up. Okay, so something needs to be rebalanced. Rebalanced, Virgo. So this can talk about something between you and another person where somebody needs to say, hey, I'm sorry, that wasn't the right way to do it. And the Justice card was talking about that too. All right, atonement of making something right. So where you're recognizing, oh, your birth chart has no water. Oh, God, thanks for making me laugh, you guys. Okay. Shit, all right. Okay, so, Virgo, it is time to look at where things have been out of balance, maybe where you haven't treated someone fairly or they haven't treated you fairly and it hasn't been addressed and things are out of whack and they need to be worked out talked out, renegotiated, apologized, forgiven, all of those things so that we can start a new beginning here in a practical way so that we can move forward with our day-to-day function in the earth realm, clear the air. It's time to clear the air and bring things back into balance for you this year, Virgo. Okay. Hi, Annette. Man, am I digging the Lenormand book. I've been working with him every single day, and I'm learning some skills, and I really appreciate it. The introduction to that book cleared up so much for me about how I was looking at things wrong, and I really appreciate it. It's getting very exciting. Very exciting for me to be learning a new skill. You know, that really pulls me out of the doldrums too. Okay. Libra, you also have the Ace of Pentacles. So Libra, time to, your new start in this realm is also in the physical. Time to make a fucking decision, Libra. Time to start something. And here's the deal, Libra. When you make a decision to try something new in the practical realm, that doesn't mean you can't then change your mind again. You reassess your results. Remember that. Here's a reframe for you from, yay, Annette just got the vaccine. Good for you, honey. Good for you. Okay. So, all right, I short-circuited myself. Hold on. All right. When you make a decision, so here's the reframe as far as NLP goes. Remember, if you fear mistakes, and that can be something that keeps you from making decisions, is I'm afraid of making the wrong decision. First of all, if you don't know what you want, reframe it in which mistake would you rather make, and that might let you know that it's not actually time to make a decision. Maybe it's not time to decide. When you don't know what to do, don't do anything. That might not work for a Libra because they vacillate so much. But know that every decision you make is going to succeed in producing a result. It will succeed in producing a result. Then it's up to you to say, is this the result I was after? And if it wasn't, you make a new decision. All right? So you can change your mind, Libra, and you can adjust your decisions in order to get what you want and on a practical level. All right, we've got the Hierophant for you. Oh, Pie, he's got his face in my cup over here. He's looking for more treats. You got to come this... Oh, Jesus, he's walking through a minefield, you guys. Pie, baby boy, come on. All right, I'm getting obstacles out of his way. Here, come on, up here. Pie. Boy, we are going long. This is coming on 2 hours here. Come on. Don't even think about going on that desk. All right, he's jumping down. Come on. Just do it the easy way. Forget it. All right. The Hierophant speaks with the voice of religious authority. He's the keeper of dogma, tradition, and the laws of morality. The two supplicants kneeling before him have given over their spiritual autonomy and accept his teachings as truth. But can the soul ever be constrained from what it seeks? Hold on. This dude is getting ready to cause some shit. All right. The spirit may find human religion too confining when it commands rather than persuades, and yet the Hierophant blesses as well. The supplicants can find comfort through confession and absolution. A true spiritual teacher will inspire self-forgiveness and a fresh start. Free of guilt and shame of the past, only give your trust to teachers who are worthy of that great responsibility. So it's talking about tradition, authentic spiritual teachings, comforting guidance. So time to really assess your belief system here, Libra. And also, Hierophant talks about dogma and habits. We do it this way because this is the way we do it. And it can be very easy for you, Libra, once you have made a decision in the past, to just never want to change it because it took so long to make that decision. Some things need to be redecided. Some things need to be updated. Some things need to be thought about again rather than just relegated to that's the way we've always done it, okay? And that's what it's saying here, is that Time to make a new start in the physical, so time to update your habits. Ask if your habits are in line with reality and shift things. Beauty and the Beast, you need some space in a relationship. What the hell are you doing, little man? Sorry, I woke the beast. Now I live with it. All right. Some space in a relationship, Libra. Sometimes, you're all about relationships, but even you need a break. Even you need a break, and this is saying you need it right now. So is it time to ask somebody to come and stay with somebody in your home if you have someone that you're a caregiver for, so that you can bail out for a little while and drive and cry, or whatever you need to do? Or you just need to say, hey, listen, I need to pull back from this. You can have that to yourself. Here's my territory. Here's what I need for me to take care of myself, to reset things and freshen things up, because you are stuck in a rut here, Libra. You're in a little bit too much of a routine. Can be comfortable for a while. Now it has calcified into dogma, and it needs to be freshened up. Okay. 2 more to go. We got Scorpio up next. Kicked your butt a bit. Yeah, I'm sure. I am so glad to know that I will be able to get this vaccine. I can't get a flu shot because of the thimerosal that's in it. I'm allergic to it. So, and you work in healthcare, don't you, dear? Yeah, Ohio and Florida and Texas are deciding that people in nursing homes need the vaccine before frontline caregivers, which is just outrageous. All right, got 2 on this. We got Judgment and we got Magician. And so we have the Ace of Swords here for you, Scorpio. Time to cut it. Scorpio, new beginning for you is, what the fuck do I get rid of? What am I done with? What have I had it with? Scorpio, that's easy to identify for you. Very easy to identify with, I'm sick of this, okay? So that's where your new start comes from. Now, Magician. Here we go. The Magician calls upon the energy of the universe to bring her desires into manifestation. I love the feminine bend of this deck. Whatever she imagines shall come to pass when she brings the full force of her will and vision. And ooh, Scorpio, do you have force of will and vision? The wand she holds, the eagle, far-seeing. Indeed. The wand she holds in her right hand is a conduit for this universal energy and provides a focal point for her intentions. Her left hand points to the earth, grounding the energy in reality as if she herself were a lightning rod. On the table, before her lie the symbols of the minor arcana: sword, stave, cup, and disc, the elemental tools of air, fire, water, and earth. The Magician has everything she needs to fulfill any opportunity that presents itself. This is the basic meaning that I have always attributed to the Magician. When it comes up in a reading, it says you have all the basics you need to build and manifest whatever you need. It's not manifest yet. It's not complete like the World card. It says you have everything you need to make it happen. Now you need to apply the skill to it. The true magic she embodies is the belief of her own powers. This is her art in the highest sense of the word. As above, so below. Divine and earthly creativity in perfect union. Whatever she chooses to be shall be. Amen, so mote it be. And then the 20, the Judgment card. The angel of judgment appears in all his towering majesty and cannot be avoided. The mortal souls who behold him are faced with the knowledge of their life's deeds and how these deeds will affect the life to come. This is a time of rebirth, the last judgment, for the slate is wiped clean from this point on. God, these are both so scorpionic here, especially this one. Those who have the strength to stand up to the assessment of their character will move forward. Those who live in denial are doomed to repeat the old life lessons again and again. When it is time to attend to the call of your deepest vocation, whatever's been standing in your way will be brought to the forefront. Heed the angel's pronouncements with courage and humility. All right, so time to move on, Scorpio. What you're going to be facing here is the obstacle that's in the way for you to bust through. You have all the things that you need here to manifest and move forward to the next level. But it's time to dump the past. It's time to deal with the karma of your past actions, come out of denial about it, deal with that karma, accept it, process it, do what needs to be done, and then you can kind of rise from the ashes like the phoenix that you are. And then here we have the unending sadness of looking back. Oh, okay, there's a boy in a litter box. The unending sadness of looking back, endless regret, obsessive grief, replaying the past, negative nostalgia. Okay, Scorpio, time to quit that shit. Time to quit that shit. Scorpios can hold on to emotional stuff forever beyond the grave. So this is saying once you have looked at and come out of denial about the consequences of your actions in the past, then you have to let it go. You cannot be reborn until you bury the old. But it's not just burying it out of sight, out of mind. It's burying it because I have taken all the juice out of it. I've learned the lessons. I have done the atonement that I need to do. I have done the karma, to generated the positive karma because I've resolved some things, paid up some debt. And now it's time to really, really, really let it go. I don't even know if I need to look that one up. The unending sadness of looking back. Time to look forward, Scorpio. And as a fixed sign, you are future oriented. So just time to dump that old crap. Stop picking the scab. Stop picking the scab, Scorpio, and move forward. All right, cut it. Okay. Hi, Marcy. I didn't see you sneak in, darling. Okay. Clinic works with sick kids all day. Oh. No, all the frontline workers need it. Okay, so some elderly people are going to die, but what function are those elderly people serving? The people on the front lines and the caregivers are the ones that are going to help those elderly people if they get sick. The frontline workers get sick, we're fucking hosed. Not surprising that it's Florida, Texas, and Ohio. Red states. And Sagittarius, for you, you also have the Ace of Swords, so time to cut some shit loose this year. For you too, Sag. The new beginning comes from what you put to the sword, from what you end, from what you edit, from what you delete. Bye. Don't eat the box. No. Could you hear him? He's getting very talky. All right. We have two here as well that flew out. We have got the Star, and we've got the Chariot. All right. Oh, I can't believe I'm going on to 2 hours and I still feel good. Wrong book. And I kind of like, very rarely, except for the aces, of course, because there's only 4 of them, but very rarely have we gotten repeats in the majors. So, I could have taken those majors out. But, coulda, shoulda, woulda, whatever. Right. Star. There are nights so diamond clear that it seems as if the stars are close enough to reach out and touch. Capture starlight in your hands and see your own brilliance shimmering there. Let doubt fall away, all the petty cares of the earthly path. The star tells a story of eternity that reaches far beyond any one lifetime. All is well, and all will be well. Believe in the rightness of your place in the universe. Your psyche has a unique destiny to fulfill, foretold in the stars. God, is this perfect for Sag? Right? Searching for this destiny is your quest, the quest of each person who takes mortal form. My God, this is as Sagittarian as it can get. The star that guides each of us shines a light of hope, faith, and infinite trust. This is the great truth. Whatever you truly need will always be given. Every part of your being is made of stardust, and you can never be separated from the cosmic dance of creation. Time to cut ties with the past, Sag, and move forward into your grand destiny. Again, if you don't know what that destiny is, hit me for a chart reading. So let's look at the Chariot here. The Chariot just says go, go, go. So that's Sagittarius as well. So Sag, right. A conquering hero stands in his chariot of victory, a great city behind him. Perhaps this is the city he's captured, or perhaps it's the city of his birth, awaiting his triumphant return. For the moment, he contemplates his achievement and how it fits into the flowing river of his life's experiences. The light and dark sphinxes that draw his chariot represent the positive and negative forces that drive him. His motivation to succeed may spring from a desire to serve or a desire to subjugate. His pride, power, and ambition are matched by humility, generosity, and nobility. All these qualities must pull together in harmony for ultimate success. So, Sag, time for you to get your eyes on the prize, on the star of your destiny, of your life's purpose, of your quest. What are you here to do, Sag? Time to stop kind of wandering abroad. Oh, that's really interesting. And now I'm going to go over this culture. That's really interesting. Pull it back home towards, but what is interesting about me? What am I here to fulfill? What is my destiny? And the chariot says, get the fuck moving. Sit your ass in the driver's seat. Know that you are behind the wheel. And as my sister said when I was learning to drive, her wonderful, pithy lesson was just make it go where you want it to go. Make it go where you want it to go, Sagittarius. Again, time to cut ties with the path here because you have a grander purpose than the small that you've been playing. And if you feel like you've been spinning your wheels, if you dump some of this load and you focus on that destiny, it gives you a way to move forward. Okay. Last card. I can't believe I did 2 hours. This is making up for missing last week. Huh? And we have the unending sadness of looking back again. So, when you cut ties with the past, Sag, you are going to have some things to grieve. You look back, you grieve them, you say, what did I learn? How has this experience shaped me so that I may pursue my destiny? How has it helped shape me into the person I'm destined to be? Take that to yourself, cut the rest. That's what the Ace of Swords is, cut the rest. Because we don't want to be unendingly looking back in sadness. And Sagittarius doesn't really get accused of hanging on to stuff. It's a mutable sign, so it's very easy for you to shift and to adapt and to move on and flow with what's going on. But this is just talking about regret, dealing with regrets. And I mean, that's the one that's really standing out to me with this, not so much the sadness, but the regret. How you deal with regret is by looking at, okay, how would I have liked it to be? Great, it wasn't that way. What do I regret about the way it was? Was it my own actions that I regret? Why did I choose those actions? Because sometimes that's kind of the only choice you had, or you had very few choices. And so you can maybe regret that it could not be otherwise. And I'm speaking from my experience with my father here. I do regret the 13 years before his death that I had no contact with him. But I don't regret that I made that decision again and again. I regret that I had to make that decision again and again. See the difference? It's not, I'm a bad person, I made that decision, I should have made a different decision. It's like, I know exactly why I made this decision and it was the right one. I regret that I had to do it. Okay? So deal with your regret, Sagittarius. Look back, really look at what you regret and why, and then see how that allows you to move on. And if it was a choice that you made that I could have made another choice and I regret this, then fix it. Make amends however you can. Sometimes you can't go back and put something the other way. You can't put it right, but you can make amends. You can forgive someone. You can go to someone and say, I realize I did this and I'm sorry. And then let it go. They may forgive you, they may not. That's out of your control. Let it the fuck go. All right? But let go of the regret. So Sag, you need to dump the regret so that you can hook into your high destiny and move forward. Okay? Okay. Yeah. the why of it. Because I had, after my father passed, and, I was the one that did the heavy lifting at the end of his life and was driving to Michigan back and forth to take care of him and, was there when he passed and everything else. And I had this terrible regret of, oh, I should have, I should have, I should have. And it was about to eat me up because it was so huge. And the fact of the matter was, there were parts of my dad that I connected with, but his personality and his disorders and his choices around those things dictated my choices around those things. So, all righty, you guys. Wow. 1:55, and I still feel pretty good. I'm going to reward myself with a brandy. And New Year's Eve, I've thought about actually doing a live tomorrow night, because I'm sure ain't nobody doing shit. We'll see how it goes. I may, just to kind of play and get the Lennies out and play and learn and play and hang out and have a cocktail together or something. What do you think? What do you think? I may do that. I may do that. Yeah, I'm very happy with these readings too. I'm very happy with the way they all shook out. I love, asking the decks, are you the one that's supposed to be here tonight? Are you the one I'm supposed to read with? Because that Russian Roma, I was sure that's what I'm doing it with tonight. And that dagger came up and it's like, nope, it's not you. So, I can't really go to all 200 and I think it's 215 decks at this point. Thank you, Annette. Thank you, Rose. Thank you, Baronessa. Thank you. Who else has sent me decks? Val. I have other people. But I'm just really, I want to end this year, if I don't see you tomorrow, by just offering you great blessings. And, I'm not one that that has ever put in really big stock in New Year's. Like, it's a whole new thing. No, you've heard me say this before. Every morning when you open your fucking eyes and take a breath, it's a new day. It's a new year. It's a new beginning. So I don't really look at the, it's going to be a great New Year. It's going to be totally different. No, it's going to be the day after yesterday is what the New Year's going to be, folks. And unless you do something to change it, it's going to be the same. So let's not, I posted on Facebook the other day and said, everybody that's getting all excited about this fresh new start, I want you to stop for a moment, look at the last year and how you were feeling about it when it started, check your expectations, and then let's tiptoe in quietly, calmly and quietly. Keeping on without these huge expectations of everything now is going to be entirely different and all my wishes will come true and I'll never have to pay bills again. All that stuff. Just unload those illusions. Disabuse yourself of those illusions so that you can move into this new year unburdened by these huge expectations that you're then going to get disillusioned and have a great fall from. Don't do it to yourself. Really don't. So you can start tomorrow by, I totally invite you to kick 2020 in the ass as on a way out the door. I don't care. I'm certainly going to. Fuck you, 2020. Did we learn? Yes, we did. But now somebody said, does anybody realize that 2021 is actually 2020 WON? I'm like, oh my God. And it said, does anybody realize 2020 is about to turn 21 and start drinking? So funny, so funny. So I may pop in tomorrow. I may not. I don't know. I'm not going to make any promises. But you will get another unboxing on Friday. And more good stuff to come. So again, I want to offer you wonderful blessings for this turning of the year. And here's another thing I want to say. Yeah, I will let you go, I promise. Another thing I want to say is I was going to shoot a video of like the New Year chart, midnight January 1st, but here's the problem with that. Because midnight January 1st is an artificial thing, it's not an event in the heavens, it's not like the solstice that happens at the same time for everybody across the globe. That New Year moment happens at a different time 24 times, We got 24 stripes of time zones around the planet. And every time zone, the moon is going to be a little bit different. So, for instance, I think Japan is 10 hours ahead of us, 11, 12. Anyway, the new year hits over there first, right? Where the international date line is. So the moon is going to be like where there's 12 hours between time zones, the moon is going to be 12 hours different position than it is for those folks. So there's just no way to read that chart. And the one thing I know is for all of us, it will still have this T square that I talked about in the full moon chart of Neptune at the apex, square Venus, square the north node. And it talks about, and it's all in mutable signs. So it talks about us being very susceptible to just addictive behaviors and getting swept away by what feels good, that pleasure is going to be so attractive that it can keep us from moving forward karmically and take us into a place where we're generating the wrong kind of karma for ourselves. So, and what we can do with that T square is look at how we can generate art, beauty, compassion, loving compassion for the underdog. And that moves us forward. That's a way to use that T square in this coming year. So that's what I will offer you. And then again, yeah, I think a drink is in order for all. And you know what? Hold on. And yes, I do keep my brandy next to the bed. Do I sound like an alcoholic? I'm not. It's because that's when I will have a brandy, is right before I go to sleep. And I haven't been doing it lately. So this is the first time I've. And when I do it, it's like this much, not even a full little cup. Because that's all I need. It just is enough. So I'm going to give a toast to you. May your new year be filled with conscious awareness, with a sense of your own power, a sense of your own gifts and your own value. And may those gifts be easily accessible to you and show themselves to you in a way that you can make this world a better place, that you can impact your own life in a positive way, and that in turn will impact the people around you. May you function and move through this year as the bright light that you are, bringing blessing, bringing beauty, bringing love, bringing healing to the world. Blessed be. This is the shit, man. E&J XO. It is super smooth brandy. It has this wonderful caramely taste. It's delicious. It's good in eggnog. It's good in wassail. It's good in a cup. It's good in a cup. And ooh, my cockles are warm. It warms the cockles of my heart and my stomach. L'chaim, skol, na zdrovia, à votre santé, slancha. What other? Salud. What other ones? What other ones do we know, everybody? So early Happy New Year to you. I am back into my puja and praying for us all every single day, you guys. Let's pray that Mitch McConnell gets kicked off his high horse and that we get the larger payments that Americans deserve. It pisses me off no end that they are calling these stimulus checks rather than relief checks, because that tells you right there that the focus is on the economy, not the people. We are incidental. We are drivers of the economy. So anyway, yes, indeed. Throw your blessings on there, everybody. I'm going to sit here and have my brandy. Bye-bye. Where my baby boy? Where is my baby boy? I'm going to get him again. I need to torture him. Look at this. Look at his legs. They're like way out. He is so long. Oh,
Oh my goodness. Oh, hey, the boo.
you are the sweetest baby in all the world. Do you know that? You guys, this cat saved me this year. I mean, all summer long I was saying it's time for a black kitten. And this boy heard the call. He's the best boy ever, and he's my boy. We are so bonded.
And him so sleepy. And the bear is sleepy.
He is big here. Let's show everybody what a big boy you are. Big boy. Look. He's a long cat.
Go say hi. Put the face up, Pie Pie.
All right, baby. I mean, the fact that he just lets you juggle him. Here, can you look up here?
Look, Pie.
Cat juggling. Yes, he has saved me, and I am so looking forward to my baby and my familiar. He's very good. He shows up when I'm doing readings, and he walks across the cards, and he blesses them. So he knows his job. Here, you want to get up there? You're dying to, I know. That's brandy, and you can't have it. Stay away from the candle. There. Let me get the cards out of the way. He likes to lie on this desk. Let me get this out of the way, baby, so you don't burn. Time to turn so you don't burn. Do you guys remember that? When we were teenagers and lying out in the sun on WMMS, the home of the Buzzard, the best rock station in the entire country. And we would be lying out in the sun, and every 15 minutes they would play this thing that said, time to turn so you don't burn.
What? It's brandy. You don't want that. You don't want that, Pie Pie.
All right. I think I'm going to let you guys go now. But, you know, I know he's very shiny. Do you see how shiny he is? He's like getting patent leather shine. Come on, over here. Here, I'll make him move. I'll give him some greenies, and then you'll see how shiny he is. Okay, go get him. I'm shooting videos and stuff of him being a crazy boy. It's just like patent leather. Bright, shiny, shiny, shiny.
So nice. He having treats.
Yeah, it is like a seal.
Look at him.
And he's been telling me more of his names. But he is a crazy boy. He has not jumped on the tree. He's knocked, you know, some of the garland off and messed with it a little bit. But I'm so surprised that he hasn't taken like a flying leap into the middle of the tree, because that's totally what I was expecting out of him. But he's a good boy. He learns. He's very smart. And we've been training him. So
him good boy, right? Did the boo? Give me kisses.
I love you. Yes, I love you. No, you can't play. Now he's going to fuck with my necklace. So much joy. I can't imagine these last few months without the joy of this baby in this house. May you have such joy. All right, here we go. Bottoms up. All right, you guys. Hit the like, hit subscribe, send me a donation. We're going to move into this new year. New series coming. All kinds of stuff. I look forward to greeting it with you. I look forward to having, you know, good times to come with all of you. All right. I will see you next time. Until then, I love you. Many blessings. This is the Zen Witch. Blessed be everybody. Happy New Year.